Good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing? I'm a few minutes late. I was reading true crime and lost track of time. Let me find my live chat. Pugs, good morning. Cheryl T, Lucy and Bill's Adventure. Cheryl Lynn, Colleen, good morning. Pug says, Paperboy, not mail. I changed it, Pugs, if you're still in here. Mailman, Paperboy, same difference to me. But I changed it. Hey, Misty, Cement Shoes. Tell Melissa good morning. How's everyone doing this morning? It's a beautiful morning outside. Beautiful. I'm going to spend the day outside. Anyways, let's see. We're going to talk about making a murderer this morning. There's been a bombshell motion filed by Brendan Dassey's defense attorney. I do not know a lot about making a murderer. I just know the basics that Stephen Avery, the uncle, was convicted and wrongfully imprisoned of what, raping a lady? And then he was acquitted. And then in 2005, I think he was arrested again for Teresa Halbach's murder. Let me get everything pulled up here. Now it looks like the paper boy has come forward and said that he saw Brendan Dassey's brother pushing the victim's car. You know, pushing it so they could go hide it. I want to look at the chat before I get started, though. I hope y'all know about this case. Y'all comment. I still haven't watched the miniseries on Netflix. Know very little. I haven't either, Cement Shoes. I haven't watched it either. I just couldn't get into it. But let me tell you something. I've always thought they were guilty, just to be honest, because Stephen Avery's blood was found in Teresa Halbach's car, her RAV4. But after reading this article, I'm beginning to think that they may be innocent. At least Brendan is innocent, and I think his brother is involved. He's the real weirdo of the family. Okay. Making a murderer. Bombshell motion. Mailman says Brendan Dassey's brother hid murder victim's RAV4. And I guess that's his brother on the left. He looks mean. Look at him. Okay, a former Wisconsin newspaper delivery driver says he saw the person who hid a murder victim's vehicle into a salvage yard, and it wasn't either of the men currently serving sentences for the crime. Thomas Salwinski signed a sworn affidavit claiming that he was working on November 5th, 2005 for Gannett delivering papers when he saw Bobby Dassey and an unknown older male moving murder victim Teresa Halbach's RAV4 to the Avery salvage yard. And let me see if I can pronounce this county. In Manitowoc County, Wisconsin. I probably didn't say that right. Bobby is the older brother of Brendan Dassey. Brendan is currently serving a life sentence for Teresa's murder. Salwinski also stated that he notified the county sheriff's office at the time of Teresa's disappearance, but law enforcement allegedly told him they already knew who did it. Salwinski said he left his number and was assured someone from law enforcement would call him back, but no one ever did. According to the motion, Sawinski also claimed that Bobby Dassey noticed him and tried to block him from leaving the Avery property. Sawinski said he swerved the mail truck into the ditch and drove around Bobby and left the property. The RAV4 did not have its lights on. After Mr. Sawinski drove by Bobby and the other individual and delivered the papers to the Avery mailbox, he turned around and drove back towards the exit the motion read. When he reached the RAV4, Bobby attempted to step in front of his car to block him from leaving the property. Mr. Sawinski was within 5 feet of Bobby, and his headlights were on Bobby during this entire time. Mr. Sawinski swerved into a shallow ditch to escape Bobby and exit the property. Now, if this is true, it sounds like he was trying to stop him from leaving that property because he witnessed them pushing Teresa's car, trying to hide it. Teresa Hallback was a freelance photographer for Auto Trader magazine. She was murdered on October 31st, 2005, after driving to Stephen Avery's house to take photos of his sister's van. Her bone fragments, vehicle, and other evidence were found on Avery's property days later. Subsequently, both Avery and Brendan Dassey were arrested. Stephen was arrested in November 2005 and Brendan the following March, after confessing that he raped Teresa and helped move her body. Brendan later said that detectives coerced a false confession out of him. Bobby and Brendan Dassey, who are Avery's nephews, both lived on the Avery property at the time of Teresa's death. Bobby was a key witness for the prosecution during Avery's trial. He testified that he saw Teresa taking pictures on Avery's property, never saw her again after she went into Avery's home. Bobby also testified that he left to go hunting on the day Teresa was at the property. He said he saw her RAV4 when he was leaving, but when he returned from hunting, the vehicle was gone. Authorities later found the RAV4 in Avery's salvage yard. Investigators found Stephen Avery's blood inside the vehicle. This is an evidence bombshell in the Avery case. Illinois wrongful conviction lawyer Kathleen Zellner said, according to the Patch, "We consider it the most significant witness evidence ever in the case, and it's an objective, non-biased witness who notified police in 2005, and he was ignored." They're supposed to follow up on every lead like that when they're investigating a homicide. I think Stephen Avery would never have been convicted had this evidence been known during his trial, and it destroys Bobby Dassey's credibility and links him to the crime. Okay, so there's the motion. We're not going to read all this. Okay, previous motion. According to court documents, Zellner filed a motion in October 2017 at the Wisconsin Circuit Court after Judge Angela, oh my gosh, I can't say this name, Sudskiewicz or something, turned down a previous motion citing insufficient evidence to grant Avery a new trial. While a previous motion primarily focused on Teresa's former boyfriend, Ryan Hillegas, as the possible real suspect, Zellner said in the 2017 motion that Bobby Dassey left behind incriminating evidence that was never thoroughly investigated. The motion states that new forensic testing on the Dassey home computer, tracking back to the times around Teresa's murder and after, resulted in images of Miss Hallback, many images of violent pornography involving young females being raped and tortured, images of injuries to females, including a decapitated head, bloody torso, a bloody head injury, and a mutilated body. The women in the violent pornographic images on the Dassey computer are strikingly similar to the appearance of Teresa Hallback. Zellner previously told Rolling Stone, "The The viewer, whom we believe is Bobby, has a morbid fascination with the death of young women, plus torture, rape, pedophilia, etc. Bobby also lied when he told police he had never seen Teresa before October 31st. Zellner continued. He commented about her every time she came to the Avery salvage yard for appointments. Oh, goodness, there's Mark pulling in with Skylar. She went to see her little uh, play friends, her little boxer friend. Okay. She also provided other key points, including. Hold on, let me shut my door because Lady's probably going to bark. No, Lady, it's just your daddy. No barking. I'm going to shut the door because she'll be trying to fight Skylar. She smells those other dogs. She don't try to fight her, but she just, real hateful. Okay. According to Zellner, the graphic online images and videos were reportedly accessed at the time in which only Bobby would have been home. Forensic testing of Avery's DNA allegedly showed he would have had to open the hood of Teresa's RAV4 around 90 times to leave behind the amount of DNA he's accused of. Wow. He would have had to have opened it around 90 times, they're claiming, to leave that amount of DNA. Forensic testing on a bullet fragment in Avery's garage reportedly shows no particles consistent with bone, although prosecutors said it entered and exited through Teresa's skull. The motion claims new evidence places Hilligas at the center of the murder after he was allegedly found in possession of the day planner that Teresa kept in her vehicle during the time she disappeared. Now, that guy is her boyfriend, so there could be an easy explanation to why he had her day planner. Actually, I think I have one of my planners out there laying in Mark's Jeep. Okay. A new witness said they saw Teresa parked at the turnaround at State Highway 147 at the East Twin River Bridge on November 4th and November 5th, 2005. Zellner has been working on Avery's case since 2016. She hopes the new testimony will exonerate him or at least afford him a new trial. And we're going to take a look at this video. Where did I see that video? Right here. Let me go back and re-screen share because I don't think I shared the audio. This is actually an interview with Stephen Avery before they found Teresa's body there. They were looking for her. She was missing at this point in time.
Stephen Avery is away from the search tonight, staying near Crivets. He says he has no idea why Teresa Halbach's car was found on his family's property.
Do you have any idea how her SUV ended up on your family's land?
You got me. I don't know. I got a hunch Manitowoc County planning it.
Manitowoc County tells us that's not true. Avery says Halbach has been coming to the salvage yard for about a year as a photographer for a car sales magazine to help the Averys sell cars.
She takes a picture of the vehicle. She writes down the serial number. Then I pay her, and she gives me the book and the paper, what she fills out, and that's it.
The salvage yard is big. Chopper 4 with power zoom shows us how much area investigators have to cover. Avery says he's sure Halbach isn't here.
Do you hope she'll be found?
Oh, yeah. You know, when somebody's missing, that takes a toll on a family.
With crews searching through vehicles on the Avery property, we went to ask Stephen Avery what he thinks.
They keep on trying to do something with me. They're trying to find ends. They don't believe none of us. You know, whatever we say, they just don't. We're all liars.
At a late afternoon news conference, Manitowoc County says they're being fair and that crews will continue searching the Avery land. We're flying in Chopper 4 over Avery Auto Salvage, and we want to give you an idea of just how tough this area is to search. Look at all of the cars that are here. Crushed up cars, cars waiting to be crushed. Investigators have a lot of ground to cover. Nearby, they're looking through this retention pond. They sent some divers in there. And look at this area all around the auto salvage yard. Wide open fields that they've had search teams combing.
Okay, I had to get back and unmute myself. Well, somebody that lives on that property is responsible for Teresa's murder. I kind of, even though Stephen Avery's DNA was found inside of Teresa's vehicle, I don't think he's guilty of murdering her. I think his other nephew, Bobby, did it. And he set his uncle up because his uncle had been in trouble for rape years earlier and was wrongfully imprisoned. DNA exonerated him. So I think he set his uncle Stephen up. If they can prove that he was at home at the time those computer searches were done, ever who done those computer searches, they do not have all their orders in the water, and they are a freaking evil monster. Anyone that could find pleasure in looking at decapitated heads and women with injuries and bloody torsos got something seriously, seriously wrong with them. Now, I want to look and see what y'all are saying. Hey, Gabby, good morning. I believe it's Bobby. Yeah, he looks like a mean guy. I know you can't judge a book by its cover, right? But he just looks more like he would be more capable of doing something like that versus Brendan. Now, something that I will never get is people giving false confessions. Now, I'm not going to sit there with the police and them interrogating me and me, an innocent person, trying to get me bumfuzzled. I'm going to lawyer up. But I think Brendan may have I'm not sure now. Y'all can correct me, a little bit of a learning disability. Really, he shouldn't have been questioned without an attorney or an adult there, in my opinion. I've watched the documentary, read the court documents. I'm getting ready to read the court documents, Lucy. I just found the court documents online this morning, and I saved them in my private Discord room because I'm going to start reading those. I see, Mitchie. Sorry I missed last night. I got there late. Oh, that's all right, Gabby. We'll have another chat tonight. You have full mental capacity, Cece. Yeah, I know, Morgan. And he has, like, I believe he has a learning disability. Now, I believe Stephen Avery does too. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. That's just my opinion. I don't know how else to say it besides maybe a little slow. And I'm not saying that in a mean way. I have an aunt that is a little person, and she is slow. She's very slow. But she had actually, it's a sad story. My aunt was raped. No one knows who raped her. And she got pregnant. She's a little person. Yeah, still to this day, don't know who done it. Don't know who my cousin belongs to. It's sad. He was done like West Memphis 3, one who was coerced. And you know what? If you've never dealt with police or watched anything about them, you get in there in a room with them, they'll scare the hell out of you. Hell, they've tried to do it to me. Like, one time my mom was sending me to rehab. This was years ago. And they were trying, while I was sitting there waiting for the counselor to come, they were trying to question me about my boyfriend and stuff, and they were trying to scare me and stuff, and you know what? They were being complete assholes. This one cop's like, leave her alone. She's not under arrest for anything. They were trying to accuse my boyfriend of breaking in this place, and he really didn't do it. But see, that's what happens when you get in trouble with the law. Here's what I thought. You know, a lot of people say that the police set up Stephen Avery again. I thought to myself, how dumb would that be for them to set this man up again? I mean, he was in prison for years and years and years because they set him up for a rape that he didn't do, and then DNA exonerated him. Then he got out. He won a bunch of money, But then here they arrested him again for Teresa's murder, so he had to spend that money probably on attorneys. Cece, that's awful. I'm so sorry. Yeah, thank you, Cement Shoes. Yeah, my aunt, she's a little person. I don't like it when people say midgets. That's actually a derogatory term, and the little people community don't like it. They don't take too kindly to people saying the M word. I try to correct people when I see them say it. I'll be like, oh, you're really supposed to say little people. But anyways. Okay, what else are we going to talk about? Was there anything else? I got another, article here. This is Newsweek. It says, Kathleen Zellner is confident the new witness will prove Avery's innocence. The witness provides the most important evidence in the case today. But is that really evidence or is that hearsay, y'all? What's y'all's opinion about this new bombshell witness? Is this going to hold up in a court of law? Isn't it just hearsay? And why didn't the police investigate this better? I lost my train of thought earlier. What I was trying to say is, I didn't think the police would be dumb enough to try to set him up again. Ain't nobody gonna make me to confess to something I didn't do. I know it's your, and when I get accused of doing something I didn't do, or like saying something I didn't say, it pisses me off. Now, they say people get angry when you speak the truth on them, but I get angry if you lie on me. Don't y'all? I don't like to be lied on. I think it's baloney. I think they just use crimes to stay valid in the media sometimes. You know what I was thinking this morning? Like, everybody has forgotten about the victim, Teresa Hallback. She is the true victim. She lost her life. A family lost their daughter. Someone lost their sister. Someone lost their girlfriend. You know, I know that people shouldn't be in prison that's innocent. And if Brendan is innocent, I hope that he gets out. But everybody always talks about them and they don't really say much about Teresa. And she is like the true victim. And if Brendan and Stephen are innocent, they're victims too. But Teresa lost her life. Cece getting accused of something. Same Cece getting accused of something I didn't do. Pisses me off. Me too. Me too. It really makes me mad. How are you doing, Sunnyside? I'm on my StreamYards chat. I can't see everybody. Let me get back on my live chat here. We got some more cases to talk about. Somebody's selling phony Sharon Tate stuff on eBay. I can't talk. And her sister says that Sharon would be very, very upset about it. I got an article by TMZ. I got the TMZ app, and it comes in right handy. As soon as they put out an article, it notifies me. A lot of times I don't read them. If it's got something to do with true crime, or I will. Let me see. Y'all reminds me, and I'll tell y'all what case we're doing tomorrow. I can't believe people are so disgusting that they would act like that they have a murder victim, some of a murder victim's items, and sell them. People are ridiculous. Money is the root of all evil. Sharon Tate, disgusting people selling phony items. Sister rips eBay sellers. Wasn't Sharon just so beautiful? You know, she begged for her baby's life before the Manson family slaughtered her. And that's what they did. They slaughtered her and her friends. People slaughter hogs more humanely than what these people were killed. I mean, it was just gruesome. Sharon Tate would be upset by the handful of fraudulent items being sold in her name on eBay. This according to her sister, who insists they never belonged to her late sibling. So y'all do not be buying Sharon Tate items because they're probably fake. Here's the deal. There's a handful of eBay listings for jewelry and dresses, including a ring with a $180,000 asking price, with products descriptions claiming they were owned and worn by Sharon Tate. But her sister says it's all a scam. Damn, I hate scammers. People don't know how to make an honest living, get out and do some hard work. They want to rip off everyone else. Deborah Tate tells TMZ none of the items with Sharon's famous name attached were ever worn, owned, or given to her sister, and the seller's tactics are disgusting. Sharon's sister says attempts to have eBay take down the fraudulent items have so far been unsuccessful. And here are the items. Damn, I love that dress. My fat ass probably couldn't fit in it. My boobs. I love the necklace, too. There's the ring. Is that what they said was 100? Yes, that ring is $180,000. Crap, it looks all scraped up to me. I don't like it. Do you guys? I wouldn't buy that. I'd buy this necklace, but I wouldn't give you over $50 for it. The dress I would buy if it fit me. That actually looks like a bathing suit cover or something to me, but what do I know? As you can see, some of the items Deborah claims have no connection to Sharon Tate include antique jewelry, a 14-karat yellow gold necklace allegedly from her mother, and a white dress. Deborah believes the sellers are trying to hawk items that look like something Sharon might have once owned. But Deborah says Sharon would have never been caught wearing the dress. Well, that's what I was thinking, too. It looks more like you'd wear it like if you're sitting by the pool. If it was short-sleeved. Okay. It's interesting. Deborah thinks interest in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood might be driving up the prices for phony Sharon Tate items. We reached out to eBay. So far, no word back. There she has a round ring on. Let's look at some of Sharon's pictures. Gosh, she was so beautiful. I wish I was like naturally pretty like that. I just loved the way they dressed back then and did their hair and makeup. Isn't it weird that she starred in scary movies and then she died so horrifically? There's a picture of her pregnant. Oh, I love the butterfly dress. That is super cute. I'd still wear that. I love her hair in that photo. That's cute. I need a swing like that. Wouldn't that be nice to have a swing like that? That's a pretty one. I love that swing. She looks so cute in that. Oh, wow. Here's a sexy one. What's she have behind her? A teddy bear? Look at those long legs. I'm a shorty. My feet wouldn't even touch the bottom there. Oh, she looks really good there. That one's pretty. Okay. We've looked at enough Sharon Tate photos. Just wanted to make y'all aware about this scam that's going on since Sharon Tate's name was involved in it. I can't believe people would do that. Do people have no conscience? How could you sell pricey items like that to someone knowing that they're fake? How in the hell do you think you're going to get by with selling a $180,000 ring claiming it's Sharon Tate's? You think the word's not going to get out about that? I think Tex was more crazy than Charlie. I know, unpopular opinion. Do you know how many kids he had while being in prison? Tex Watson? Like about 5. Been married and everything. Must have been able to have conjugal, whatever you call it, visits. He was having sex with her. Evidently, she got pregnant. They weren't miracles. That dress is definitely not from the 60s. I lived in the 60s. That wasn't even close to the style at the time. Hey, that looks like a bathing suit cover to me. I mean, how could you would have to wear a slip under it, a full slip or something, because it's crochet. I used to have a sweater that was made exactly like that. It was a longer sweater. Do y'all know, like back in the late 90s, how those long sleeve crochet sweaters that came about down to your knees were in style? I had one and it was purple. I think I got it from the $7 store. Do y'all remember those stores? I had a swing like that. My mom bought it for my first apartment. I just saw a swing like that out at a store the other day. I'm trying to remember where it was at. It had to have been Walmart. Walmart or Ollie's one. I'm getting a swing, definitely. A lady who choked my friend's 3-month-old baby to death served 3 years, was allowed conjugal visits, gave birth in prison. What? She should never be allowed around babies again. Choked your friend's 3-month-old baby to death. That is awful. And I got a story about kids this morning to share with y'all. It is so sad. This woman was high on meth and other drugs, and she got stuck in the mud. And she had her 1-year-old and her 2-year-old in the vehicle with her. She got stuck in the mud, and it was freezing temperatures. She left the kids in the car for 2 days. When police were made aware of it and they arrived on the scene, the 1-year-old was dead. The 2-year-old had frostbite on her legs, on her feet, and they had to amputate both of the child's legs off at the knees. And now her family and friends want to say this is an accident. This is not no freaking accident. Let me find. I got the baby's picture in my thumbnail at the bottom. I didn't take notes. I can't remember where this is at. Colorado. I got so mad when I seen what someone had wrote that was close to her. This was an accident. No, this is not a damn accident. She should have called 911. She was under the influence of drugs, meth, and all kinds of things. Normal person just wouldn't sit there on the side of the road, stuck in the freaking mud. Uh-oh, guys. I hear my beagle crying. Hold on one sec. I'll be right back. Let me go let her in. Okay, guys. So she's just out there sitting in the driveway, or my walkway, crying. She must want someone to come outside with her. I'm going to go out with her here in a little bit. Okay. Mom leaves baby and tot stranded in car for 2 nights. One dies, the other has legs amputated. Look at that little beautiful face. God love its little heart. A Colorado woman is behind bars after police say she left her 2 young children trapped inside a freezing car over the weekend. Listen at Skylar. Can y'all hear her? CBS Denver reports 35-year-old Kaylee Messerly. Hold on one sec. I'm sorry, guys. Lady, you better stop that. See how she treats Skylar when she comes back from somewhere? She growls at her. Okay. So Kaylee Messerly has been arrested in connection with the death of her 1-year-old daughter, Emma, and the abuse of her 3-year-old daughter, Elena. Oh, I thought she was 2. Lady, stop. According to police, Messerly's car was found on March 11th close to County Road 54 after someone alerted the Moffat County Sheriff's Office about an abandoned vehicle. Deputies found the car on the Service Road 54, stuck in the mud and snow. Authorities said Messerly and her children spent 2 freezing nights inside the car before she abandoned the vehicle. Police found Messerly after a search plane pilot spotted them. Authorities then discovered that the youngest child had passed away, while the 3-year-old was in serious condition. The 1-year-old was pronounced dead at the scene. Elena was taken to an area hospital where doctors had to amputate her feet due to extreme frostbite. The arrest warrant stated. A cousin of the family, Lisa Hernandez, told CBS Denver that the child's legs were also amputated below the knee. Jesus. Police said Messerly was also taken to an area hospital for frostbite treatment, where it was determined that she was under the influence of methamphetamine, amphetamines, and marijuana. Following an investigation, authorities arrested Messerly on charges of child abuse resulting in death, child abuse resulting in serious bodily injury. She remains behind bars on a $50,000 bond. Police said Messerly appeared in court in March on an unrelated charge. The following day, she allegedly drove herself and her children to the backcountry, where her vehicle ultimately got stuck. Meanwhile, a GoFundMe page for the youngest victim stated that the toddler died accidentally from hypothermia. Crime Online has not yet been able to independently verify the accuracy of the comment. That's not accidental. I'm sorry, but she should have never been out on the road. Actually, she should have never had these kids in her custody, in her on meth and methamphetamines, amphetamines, you name it. She was on it. I understand that people are skeptical, especially now that the sheriff's office has posted that article about her being arrested. What they failed to mention was that the autopsy report ruled it accidental. Emma died of hypothermia. Nothing more, the page read. Well, Emma died, and Elena has no freaking legs. Because your cousin, friend, whatever, was out driving them around high as a kite, out of her mind on meth. It is her fault the 1-year-old is dead. It is her fault that this child will never be able to walk again. No more, no less, you little smart mouth thing. You're not the one that don't have any legs anymore. It's easy to say that. That little girl will never be able to walk again. Help to get Emma May's headstone. Let me copy this link. Put it in StreamYards. Gosh, that's a long-ass link. Maybe I should have put it in the other chat. No, it's still a long link. Well, that was the link to the GoFundMe. I'm going to read here. Catch my chat up. Okay. Oh, so they're trying to raise $5,000. They've only raised $240. Bless her little heart. Look at that face, y'all. I can't get over it. Only $240? I figured it would have raised more than that because the article's been out for at least 18 hours. Let's see what it says. Created 6 days ago. Our family has suffered a heartbreaking tragedy, and we had to lay my niece Emma to rest at 18 months old. My sister and my niece, Elena, are both amputees due to the same accident. So the mom is an amputee too? We have been hit mentally, physically, and financially. So we are asking to help get a headstone for Emma. Prayers are very much needed, and no donation is too small. Here is an update from April 11th. We're still needing help to get Emma's headstone. I understand people are skeptical. Okay, so I just read that statement in the article. I cannot believe she puts this on the GoFundMe, though. No more, no less. Let me tell you something. The mother is fully responsible for Emma May's death and for Elena not having any freaking legs. This child is disabled for the rest of her freaking life. I'm not going to say she ruined the child's life because her life's not ruined. It's going to be hard. It's going to be a challenge for her. That doesn't mean she can't have a happy, productive life. Normal life. Where can I donate a punch to the face? Yeah. He was saying something about the mom being an amputee now. She must have lost something during it. Hey, it's her fault completely. Don't y'all agree? I mean, you don't have to agree with me. But she was out driving around on meth, got them stuck. She had no business with those kids in a car on the road in her the influence. She had no business taking care of these kids. Why didn't her family step in? They want to run their mouth on the GoFundMe, her cousin, trying to defend the mom after a kid lays dead and one's not got any legs now. Damn, that made me mad. When she said, no more, no less. Are you serious? No more, no less? The child doesn't have legs and there's one dead. I agree, Red Rum. It's not murder, but it is negligent homicide. It's totally her fault. That's just my opinion about it. Totally her fault. I'm really not feeling much empathy for the mom right now. It's probably wrong of me. I feel a lot of empathy and sympathy for the children, though. Yes, the mother was found wandering outside, is what I understand from the article. Yes, I read another article, and she abandoned the kids in the car. It's just not like she was sitting in the car with them for 2 days. She left those kids in that car and got the hell out of Dodge. Thank you, Cheryl T., for bringing that up. I about forgot about that. She was committing a felony and caused a murder. It's felony murder. Yeah. I wonder what they're going to be charging her with. Didn't I just read that? I very forgot. Let me go back and see. I get pissed off and forget what I read. I know she has a $50,000 bond. Okay, yeah. Charges of child abuse resulting in death, child abuse resulting in serious bodily injury. Yeah, she should have a negligent homicide charge too, in my opinion. Well, here's a cute little baby. Infant dies. 2 young children injured after shots fired into car. This happened in Syracuse, New York on Sunday. 11-month-old baby was killed. Gosh, what's wrong with these people shooting into random cars and things? Let's look at her little picture. She's cute. Look at those eyes, how pretty. Dior Harris was in a vehicle with her mother and her cousin, 2 young girls, on Grant Avenue in Syracuse when shots were fired into the vehicle, reportedly by another car driving in the opposite directions. Dior was taken to the hospital where she was later pronounced dead. The 2 girls in the vehicle, ages 3 and 8, were also shot and are expected to survive, thank God. Local reports indicate the injuries girls are the cousins of the baby who died. That was wrote funny, sorry. The girls who are injured is what it meant to say are the cousins to the baby that died. Dior's mom, Desiree Seymour, and her cousin Shakima Buckman, who was driving the car, were not injured in the shooting. She was just a baby, Seymour told WSTM. She was so strong. She didn't even cry when it happened, but we lost her. Oh. On Monday evening, police arrested a suspect in the fatal shooting. Oh gosh, I'll never say this. Chavez R. I don't know, Oxio or something, 23, has been arrested and charged with second-degree murder in connection to Dior's death. He is also charged with violating his parole, tampering with physical evidence, criminal possession of a weapon in the second degree. Police have not said publicly if they are seeking additional suspects. I mean, I wonder what happened. Did they just decide, hey, I'm just gonna shoot at this car that goes by, and if it kills people, it kills them. I mean, is that what they're thinking in their mind? Like, who does something like that? Who gets it in their mind? What kind of person does that? Hey, I'm gonna shoot at this damn random car. I don't care if kids are in there or not, and I don't care who dies. So stupid. People need to grow up. These thugs, they think they're badasses. They think they're just so cool. And really, they're just pieces of shit. A nuisance. Complete nuisance. See, if he hadn't been released from prison, hadn't had access to a gun, his child would still be alive. And that's the facts. Prayers for the family. That's so sad. She's so beautiful. I'm not sure if I'm saying her name right. It's Dior, Dior, I guess. Dior. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. That definitely should be a first-degree murder charge. Hey, that's premeditated. Hey, you pull out a gun, you say, hey, I'm going to fire it at a car. That's premeditated. You know that it could kill somebody. You're thinking about it before you do it. Oh, thank you for sharing the 1-800-for-a-child number, Sapphire. I appreciate that. You're real good at sharing things. I appreciate it. The first one you said, Dior, I think that's how you pronounce it. Gosh, she was beautiful, baby. Beautiful eyes. Well, I guess that is enough true crime this morning. I'm going to chat with y'all for a minute before I get off here. So tomorrow we are going to do the Susan Powell case. I found something good that'll take us through all the timeline, everything that happened in the case. So our stream may be a little long in the morning. It may run like an hour and a half maybe. But that's okay. That's a really interesting case. I had her on my mind because we talked about a case the other day, and I don't know, it reminded me of Susan Powell a little bit. Oh, the Maya Maletti case. We were talking about being worried because, you know, the kids are left there with May's husband. May's missing. And it looks like he may have done something to her. But anyways, you know, I was thinking that could be dangerous. And it reminded me of the Susan Powell case because of what Josh Powell did to his kids. He had a supervised visit that day, and he got the kids in the house, shut the social worker out. He killed the kids with the hatchet and blew up the freaking house. I'm so excited for tomorrow. Code Podcast is one of my favorites ever about that case. I know what you're talking about, Morning. I may take a listen at that. Boy, I'm going to tell you what, Josh Powell's dad, he was a freaking weirdo. He was obsessed with Susan. He had the hots for Susan. He used to flirt with her, say inappropriate things to her, try to touch her. He would sneak and get her toenail clippings out of the trash, her used Q-tips, her feminine pads and things. Sick individual. Can you believe it? He would totally collect her toenail clippings. Go through her trash. His daughter-in-law. He was so weird. Hey, the sister's weird too. She's a weirdo too. And Josh's brother, I think he helped. What was his name? Was his name Michael? I think he helped Josh cover up the crime. Anyways, he ended up taking his own life. They're all freaking weirdos. Every damn one of them. But we'll be talking about that case tomorrow. And I will probably see y'all in a little bit on the porch. Well, this afternoon. If I get myself put together. I'm having a hard time getting going. I say that every morning. Oh, if I'm not on camera, y'all can get a good view of the woods. and look at the funny farm. But I will try to put me a little makeup and stuff on. I hope I'm awake in time. I hope you are too, Morgan. Now, I'll probably go live this evening, probably around 7. That seems like a good time. People's had time, well, at least on the East Coast, to get supper and get the kids settled down. The fact that he took his own life shows he's guilty. Yes, he was definitely guilty. I think he helped move Susan's body somewhere. I'm going to have to refresh my memory on some things today. But there was something about... He tried to sell his car. Josh's brother tried to sell his car. Like really, really cheap. He wanted rid of that car. And I believe it's because police were on to him. They were questioning him. And they had tracked his GPS data and all this. But anyways, we'll talk about it tomorrow. I got to refresh my memory because I can't exactly remember what it was about that car, but I do know he tried to sell a really nice car really cheap at a car lot. He wanted rid of it. Anyways, thanks for chatting, y'all. Y'all have a great day. If y'all are not subscribed, if you're watching the replay, subscribe. Leave me a comment. It helps my analytics. And give me a thumbs up. I hate saying that crap, but I got to start doing it. It does help my analytics. And I will see y'all this evening for some coffee on the porch. I can email you the details if you want about the car. Too long for chat. Yes, cement shoes. Definitely do that. And let me make me a note. Check emails. I have to make notes. Check emails. I will check my emails here in a few hours. I'll give you time to send it and get situated. But anyways, I will see y'all in a little bit. And Sapphire, keep sending the goat pictures. And I told Mark this morning, you can officially wear a shirt, Sapphire, that says, no goats, no glory. Because you own goats now. Have a good day, Sunnyside. See y'all later. Be safe, be kind. Peace.